Came down to Putah Creek for the very first time. Been kind of hesitant to come down here because it's so popular, but we wanted to come, see what it was all about, and see what we can do. I think I put on too much tippet here. It's a caddis there. Yeah, I was a little aggressive with the tippet here. I need to shorten this up. Alright, shorten my tippet way up. Oh. Added some split shot because there's quite a bit of current here. Tight lining this. This is my standard mono rig. I've had several people asking me to talk about my rig and what I'm doing here when I start. So I'm using my 10-foot drifter. It's a standard taper rod. It's not a Euro rod. 5 weight. And I've got my mono rig, which is basically 30-35 feet of 20-pound chameleon, a monofilament. Then I've got 2 feet of 12-pound monofilament chameleon, and then I've got 2 more feet of cider, which is about 10 or 12-pound monofilament, tippet ring, and then my tippet. And for my tippet, I'm using 4X down to 5X on the dropper, or for the point technically. And based on some advice I was given, I've got a squirmy on the point and a shot back on the top, size 18. Got some caddis coming off. Cool thing about here is it's so low elevation that like the bugs should all be coming off a lot sooner than they have been in the upper mountains. We're obviously right by the road. You can hear a freaking jackhammer going crazy. It's not exactly very peaceful out here. It must be really deep right here. Maybe I shouldn't have taken off all that tippet. I'm gonna go into my cider a little bit, see if I can find the bottom. No. No bottom yet. I'm gonna throw an Indy on so I can fish a little more of this water from this spot. I don't know. I didn't feel anything. Ah, shoot. How did I get it there? Are you shitting me? The same branch. Oh my gosh. Well, I got my flies back. Oh, can't do it. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, you see that 13-foot cast? Yeah, look at that. That's all you can do. It's laugh or cry. So earlier I literally put my flies on the same branch that I did like early, and then I was untangling it, putting a little torque on the rod to get them off the rod, and snap, broke in the third section. Did not bring another rods, and so I'm gonna see what I can do. So I'm not gonna leave, screw Jeremy's day up. See what I can do fishing with 2.5 sections of rod. That's not. I swear this river is very snaggy. Lots of things to hook your flies on. Let's see if I can get out on those rocks by Jeremy. Maybe I can have some room to cast. Shut up. There's no loading. There we go. 20-foot cast. Water load cast, so that's exciting. Look at that bend. A log or something. Oh, I'm tangled. Back in the water. Oh, I'm really fighting hard not to be grumpy. Really trying not to be grumpy. I'm severely crippled with this 2.5 sections of rod I'm working with here. And I can kind of water load, kind of. Really got to flick it hard. I might add some split shot to get a little more casting distance. This is pretty frustrating. Lots of people here, like so far there's been like 5 or 6 good spots, and there's people parked on them. It's kind of what I expected. Beautiful river. I hope Jeremy can figure out what the fish are eating and get one. If I get one, it'll be a pure miracle. Snagged them up. And I'm tangled. Gee whiz, no kidding. Basically have 0 range, so I'm gonna try to fish up closer to the top here. What the fuck am I snagged on now? I'm snagged on this rock sticking out of the water. Ooh, got it over there. That's a miracle. Come on, baby. It did happen earlier. I didn't mention it because of all the crap going on with my rod, but I ran into Freeform Fly Fisher. Guy's got a really awesome YouTube channel. Definitely want to check it out. He fishes a lot in the Sierras and Tahoe area, I think. And it's pretty cool bumping into him down here. Casting range is super frustrating. It's my best drift through here. Ooh, that one went further. Feels weird walking away from this water. I can only reach like a quarter of it. That was a frustrating day on the river, let me tell you. Well, let's get the two obvious things out of the way. The jackhammer, not really the river's fault, but that was so annoying. It just wouldn't stop. I mean, the first half of the day, all I heard was all day long. It was frustrating. And the rod breaking, well, I think that was pretty obvious. It was, you know, yanking on it, getting it out of the tree, and they came flying back, unloading it quickly. So, I mean, it was probably already weakened, and then when I was handling it and it snapped, I mean, that was frustrating. But I think the biggest lesson I learned there was always bring a second rod. You never know what's going to happen. Moonshine rods come with a second tip, and 90% of the time I think rod breaks at the tip, so I figured, oh, I'm covered. I got a spare tip. But it broke in the third section, so I spent most of the day fishing with 2.5 sections of rod, and that was basically useless. I mean, I was joking at one point, but look at that bend when I snagged up on the bottom, because, you know, I had to put a lot of force on it just to get a little bit of bend. I mean, that extra, you know, 3 or 4 feet of rod makes a huge difference on how much power you have and reach and all the things. So bring a spare rod, folks. You never know when it's going to break. And if you traveled somewhere far to get to a river, it's frustrating. That sucks. Now the river, I mean, I didn't catch a fish. Jeremy did get one tight lining. He got one in the rocky section that you see at the end of the video. All the advice I've been given is to fish small, size 22s, 20s, 18s, you know, midges, betas, stuff like that. And I think that's what Jeremy got his on like a size 18 midge pattern. So definitely fish small stuff. You know, this river is known for being technical or, you know, an expert level river. And I don't think it's because necessarily the fishing is tougher, though I will get to that in a second. There just aren't a whole lot of places to fish. I mean, there's maybe 2 miles of river before it turns into slow frog water for miles and miles. And, you know, on those banks, it's very bushy. You know, there's a lot of puncture vines, there's trees, there's a lot of rock in the river, and it gets deep really quickly and suddenly, so it's really hard to wade out into the water. So you're kind of funneled into these tight spots. And I don't know what it was, if it was a holiday week, but there were people in all the spots that you could basically get to. So, I mean, if we got on the water, we were behind somebody else who'd already fished it very carefully. So I don't know, if you want to get there early, stake out your spot, fish it well. And the fish are in there, they're good sized fish. I mean, from all the research I've done, there's lots of big fish in there, but I don't know, you're just crammed into a small section of river. There's a lot of people and there's a lot of brush and a lot of things to snag your flies on. So I don't think the fish themselves are more difficult to catch. It's just, you know, negotiating all the challenges that the river has. So if you're close to that river, be sure to fish it. I mean, let me know what you think. I mean, I know people have a love-hate relationship with it. If you're in the Bay Area, Sac area, that's a pretty close river, and a lot of people can get to it really easy. So, you know, if that's in your backyard, go fish it. But for me, I've got stuff that's Very similar water, 5 minutes from my house, nobody fishes it. So I don't really see any reason to go back down there unless I get invited by somebody who wants to show me around a little better, but it is what it is. Again, I want to thank everybody for supporting me with the fly shop. I've got lots of sales these last couple weeks and it's been keeping me very busy tying up the flies, and I hope everyone who got some, I hope those catch you some nice fish. If you want to find out more about that, check out driftstone.co/shop and you can see all the stuff I've got for sale. I've got fly tying materials, threads, wires, hooks and beads, a lot of the basic stuff, and that inventory is always expanding. So be sure to check it out. Thanks everybody, and until next time everyone, Godspeed.